Alright, so it is time again. It is time to do some more deeper medicine work. I've done this medicine on my birthday this year, and now I'm revisiting it. Because it's time to get to know myself more. And the reason why I'm doing these certain plant medicines is to fully understand myself, of who I am, of what my potential is. And by giving me these glimpses in the potentiality through a feeling and an experience, it becomes easier to grasp that into reality and pull it into my existence. So that's the reason why I'm doing that, because if I'm giving a self-reflection of what I've been doing really ever since early 2020, as I started going back into the cryptocurrency space, reading, researching a lot. It's a lot of brain power. It's a lot of mental activity, and you can get lost in it really, really quickly, because the potentials to duplicate financial wealth are really limitless. But you know, I can't forget that, like, my highest priority is myself and my health and my being, the realization of who and what I am. And that's my path, and that's my journey, how I can live in a happy state and in a grounded state, peaceful, calm, centered, happy, fulfilled state. So that's the reason why I'm doing these medicines. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you know, I mentioned it before here. The medicine is called 5-MeO-DMT, and it's not ready just for everyone, right? Because it's very sacred, and you literally open yourself up completely energetically, and your soul is leaving your body. So, and when you are surrounded around people who you don't feel comfortable with 100%, don't do it, because it can have very intense consequences. You know, like you're playing with your psyche. If you don't have an understanding, or don't have a desire of understanding of who and what you are, just by doing medicines, can be without any intentions, without any like previous intention or deeper, you know, knowledge, it can be harmful. So it just depends where you are in your life, and wherever you are in your life currently, and you have a desire of truly understanding yourself, and you know, I don't want to bash religions immediately because, you know, it's a transition of like from being religious to being spiritually non-attached to any belief system, right? And what that means really to me is that, you know, like when people talk about God, that it's not a guy in heaven and you go to heaven and hell. No. It's a funny concept that humans just created, you know, and even the Bible, it's been rewritten many times anyway, but I don't want to go deep into that topic. What I want to say is, eventually, depending on where you are in your life and your circumstances and how much time you spend of getting to know yourself, you know, understanding who and what we are, what our purpose is in this lifetime, all those questions eventually you come to the path of, yoga, meditation, accessing a still point, the zero field, quantum field. Those are all terms describing the same thing, but it's non-religious because, anyways, I don't want to go back into it. But my main point is, when you have this desire eventually of understanding yourself truly, of what and who you are, and if you keep asking yourself that question, because eventually it's programmed into our DNA that we ask ourselves this question, right? But if you're watching TV all day long, you're playing video games, or you're busy working 15 hours a day, no wonder you don't have any time of asking yourself these questions and going deep, depending where you are. Maybe you want to take a time out for a year, and just like disconnect from the Matrix, right? You guys ever watched the Matrix? What we are living in this dimension is not too far off of what that movie described. Anyway, so going back to what I'm doing tomorrow and why I'm doing it is, again, to connect with my highest self. And yeah, I'm not a trained meditator, and I believe these plans have certain wisdoms which are beyond the human mind. So it's a great way of bypassing the human mind, because a lot of times we're not even aware when we're using our mind and whatnot. So that's the reason why I'm doing these medicines, to bypass my mind of understanding my true self, my true soul, right, of who I am and what I came here to do. So, and I am obviously keep doing those medicines, and then finding a way and clarity on my path forward in my life. And the integration is extremely important, because for the last year or so I got caught up with the cryptocurrency and NFTs, and I'm realizing that I'm spending so much time in front of the screen, which is so unlike me, and I don't want to get lost into it. I have this desire of, not desire, but I have this very clear vision of myself having a balance between those, right? Spending less time on it, more effectively, and connect to my highest purpose and my highest self. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing this tomorrow. I may or may not update everyone on the experience. Like I said in my previous experience, it's a very sacred experience. And if I ever want to share the experience, it will be something special, because to me it's something very intimate. I know people are posting the experiences on the internet, and I watched a few of them, and holy shit, they can be so misleading. There's a good example of how not to do some of these medicines, like the environment, the people. This is something very, very special and very, very intimate. And by having multiple energies and people around, that's not a good idea. I don't think, and people touching you constantly and doing those experiences, also not good, because you are connecting with your being, with your energies surrounding you. So super important that from my experience, that not to having too many people around and just doing a one-on-one on those. If you're doing these extremely powerful medicines, that's definitely the way to go. Don't do it too many people around you. It's very intimate, okay? And yeah, something very special. So I'm gonna be doing this. I'm updating myself to record the experience and record of where I am today. And let's see if I can maybe see a change in myself and my behavior. Okay, peace and aloha.